I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee. Yo-do-do-do-dee. I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee.
Dishwasher safe and family friendly. Welcome to the Breakfast with Barry Lee podcast. Here we go into the second week of January. Let's get you started with a brain buster. 45% of adults surveyed admitted that they did not do this over the holidays. They did not do what? Is it A, go to church, B, buy their pet a gift, or C, send a thank you note? Your answer coming up in moments. Taking a look at the podcast planner from nationaldaycalendar.com, it's National Mocktail Week. We're toasting those who choose an alcohol-free lifestyle. It's also National Pizza Week. Did you know that each day Americans eat 350 slices per second? 350 slices per second. Saturday night, the most popular time for pizza. Here at our house, it's Friday nights to accompany our British mysteries. Coming up this Saturday, the 14th in Middletown, it's a vaccination clinic being sponsored by Dakota's Dream Animal Rescue, the town of Middletown, and Veterinary Community Outreach. It takes place, as I said, on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. From 12 to 1 p.m. it's for walk-ins, but to schedule an appointment, go to the Dakota's Dream website and find out how you can log in to get a reservation. $10 for rabies, $15 distemper, $20 for microchipping, and $20 for Bordetella. The clinic is going to be held at 7875 Church Street in Middletown. All right, listen, we've been together long enough, and we're family here, right? I'd like to talk about my bowel movements. But to get there, now that I've got your attention, or lack of, I never did find my old phone. But I did get a new phone and managed to keep the old number, and it's nice to be connected to the world again. Sort of. I loved my old phone. It was an iPhone 8, small, simple, and the oldest thing that I could purchase was a 13. Holy cow, so many passwords and security codes that I've got to enter. And yes, I have automatic backup. I learned my lesson there. But as I mentioned in a previous podcast, there are conveniences to being without a phone. No jerking to attention when an email, text, or Facebook notification dings in. And I've silenced most of that stuff. But my phone, like everybody's phone, is basically my computer, my news, weather, web searches. It's just so much easier to reach for the phone as opposed to going into my office, turning on the computer, locating the Wi-Fi hotspot. With the phone, boom, you're there. So without a phone, you cannot Google medical symptoms and conditions to find out what you think you might have. Now, I'm not a hypochondriac. I am not one of those people that reads the side effects of a new medication because I don't want to plant that seed in my brain. Be on the lookout for this. Nope, I'm the type that if something develops a side effect, then read the side effects and contact your doctor. So just want to let you know, I'm not a hypochondriac, but I have used WebMD for certain conditions. And that brings me to my bowels. I'm not anal about my bowels, sorry. And a lot of folks my age do seem to talk about their bowels on a regular basis, or irregular basis, pun intended, thank you. But we've all done it. You know, you get a pain here, a twitch there. WebMD might be able to fill me in on what I have or don't have. So I've always heard that black stools could be an indication of internal bleeding, and we should observe changes in our bodily functions. Now, once in a while, depending on what we eat, you might see a dark stool, but I became concerned when it got to 3 days in a row, very dark. So I thought, maybe I should consult the web, asking at what point should I be concerned or contact a physician. So one morning, as I was reaching for my cookie canister to start the day, it hit me right between the eyes. I was down to my last 2 dark chocolate Oreo cookies. And I realized in a 3-day span, I had completely polished off a family pack, not a large bag, the family pack of dark chocolate Oreos. Was it any wonder that my bowels were black? I'm thinking maybe WebMD should add this under the possible causes for black stools, consuming a family pack of dark chocolate Oreos in the span of 3 days. Do you realize how many cookies that is? So with a family pack of Oreos behind me, pun intended, I returned to my ginger snaps and things seemed back to normal. See, I don't buy Oreos unless they're really, really, really on sale, so my body just wasn't used to processing Oreos. Anyway, from BMs, let's go to FMs. On Thursday, January the 5th, that's 1:05, at 10:55 in the morning, which is 1055, Paula Kidwell and I had the honor to welcome 105.5 WINC-FM back to Winchester. Todd Bartley and Darren Jones, the new owners of the station, invited us to open the mic and help announce that the locally owned and locally managed station was back home from Northern Virginia. And as Todd mentioned in the broadcast, they've got some technical work with the signal to take care of after the ice and wind damage back around Christmas. But Chris Steele stopped by to announce that he's going to be doing middays for the station. Paula's going to continue to work at another radio station. I'm going to remain retired, but you'll hear our voices on commercials and on special occasions. And who knows, maybe we can coordinate some of my podcast material onto their airwaves. And also soon, the AM 1400 call letters will be going back to WINC, the original name from 1941. So a great day for Winchester Radio. And last week was an awesome week for Chain of Checks as the canisters were brought home. 15 Handy Marts produced almost $675. Do you realize how much change that is to change lives? The Clark County Community Band collected over $1,000 at their 2 concerts, and we've got a great big check on the way from Frederick County Parks and Rec. We are really pumped up. We are so close to getting a total to see just how many grants we'll be able to issue. And now let's issue an answer to the Brainbuster. 45% of adults surveyed admitted that they did not do this over the holidays. They did not do what? Is it A, go to church, B, buy their pet a gift, or C, send a thank you note? And the answer is C, send a thank you note. This week, in addition to being National Pizza Week, is also Universal Letter Writing Week. They credit Queen Atossa of Persia for writing the very first handwritten letter in 500 BC. But here in the States, 14% of people admit that they have never written a letter. 18% say that they have never given a handwritten thank you note. We've talked before about the joy of getting something handwritten in the mail. And I found these tips in a Reader's Digest article about writing a better thank you note. It says, don't bother to buy expensive cards. Don't make a preliminary outline. It's fussy and it takes too long. But do spend a minute or two focusing on the recipient before you start writing. And don't worry about crafting poetic or perfect sentences. Just speak from the heart. Might be a good idea to do away with distractions like the TV or the phone while you're writing. And don't fret about your messy handwriting. It's original. It's you. And if you make an error, just cross it out. It's a real letter. And don't expect a response, but enjoy a grateful surprise if you do receive one. Thanks for sharing this time with me on the podcast. Let me know where you're listening from. You'll find my email right there at the website, breakfastwithbarrylee.com. In closing, and with everybody trying to get healthy and joining clubs and so forth, I saw this meme and I love it. It says, I named my dog 6 Miles, so I can tell people I walk 6 miles every day. Have a blessed week.